Hi everyone, it's Maybelle with a pick-a card reading for the first day of fall in the Northern Hemisphere. I have 4 options today. We have the sunflower is number 1, the gray feather is pile number 2, the brown and gray bear is pile number 3, and the fall leaf, the orange leaf, is pile number 4. You can make your selection based on the item or on the cards. I'm going to shuffle on camera today. You may find a message in 1, 2, 3, 4, or in all of them. You can take time to focus your energy on the cards or skip ahead to the timestamps for your chosen reading. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share, and I'd love to see your comments down below for what kinds of readings you'd like to see me do. Alright, I'm going to get started with shuffling. For the yellow flower, the gray feather, there, and Okay, so that's all the oracle cards. I'm going to now shuffle some tarot cards for each pile. One for the yellow flower. Three, the bear. Okay, so the cards are ready. So if you'd like to take a moment to choose from pile 1, the yellow flower, pile 2, the gray feather, pile 3, the bear, or pile 4, the fall leaf, I'm going to go ahead and start with pile 1, the yellow flower. Just move these to the side. Hi pile 1, if you chose the yellow sunflower, this is your reading. First card out is Justice. Second card out is Dark Thoughts. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. So you may be wanting something to be balanced and fair. You may be trying to stay balanced, fair. You may be dealing with contracts or the justice system. You may be having negative thoughts about what is going on. You may be seeking justice, and you have access to the Akashic records, and your guidance is divinely guided. Okay, and surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. So you may be thinking like it's not going to happen or it's not coming, whatever outcome. Just know that it's up to God, it's up to Source, Divine Source, This card, it talks about how divine source of spirit is an infinite, expansive source of love that you can access at any time using the power of thought, prayer, or breathing, meditation. It's always there for healing and support, to seek advice and guidance. Can be referred to as the white light. Positive healing can energize, cleanse, strengthen your connection with spirit. Also used in support of graceful intentions and manifestations in all areas of your life. So this, it sounds like pray, meditate, try and strengthen your connection, or see if you can do, they have meditations online to access the Akasha records, or see if you can have someone that can help you do that. Simplicity. You may be seeing feathers. You may want to choose pile 2 with the feather. But simplicity is to do only what matters to you, what's important to you in your life. And there's a lightness to this card. I mean, you see the feathers kind of just floating. It's like maybe go with the flow. Yeah, go with the flow and surrender. Surrender to the divine timing of universal flow. Okay, light. And this one talks about light too. The divine source was talking about the healing light. Imagine yourself as a being composed of energy and light, because in reality that's precisely what you are. You are a powerful being, and people are attracted to your brilliance. This is a time to remember how vibrant you truly are. There are some meditations also online. YouTube has some free resources where you can find meditations that help you do visualizations with like healing light, scan, like body scans. Dear, trust in the support of the universe. I look at deer as generally gentle. And again, it's just asking to trust in the support of the universe. Imagine. With this card, I feel like you can do those meditations to connect, to feel with that bright white light, that healing light, there's like I don't know if it's a silhouette or like just made out of the light, but there's a person there and it looks like they're lassoing the moon. It look like almost like they're reaching up to like manifest something, like with this energy, the rays. So use your imagination, use the power of the mind for good, to transmute the dark negative thoughts and when, thinking positively also in regards to whatever situation, whether it be through something that requires patience, to to want that balance and justice to be brought to some situation. Imagine only like a good outcome. Imagine and you know what, and imagine loving light on the situation. Lightning, power. We're going to read about that card. Because to me it's like, it looks like something unexpected. It looks very powerful. But we'll see what the creator of these cards actually has to say about it. We see power all around us. It's in the mountains, meadows, clouds, every expression of nature. There's a more powerful display of nature. I guess the most powerful is lightning. It electrifies and splits the atmosphere. We naturally seek shelter from the storm, or are grateful that we are already being sheltered. Okay, it says this demonstration of power of creation, yet another way to remind us that we're not in control of the natural world. When we look at nature's power with open hearts and minds, we see that it is neither destructive nor constructive. It just simply is. The message of this card is that power is available to you. The force of life itself is neutral. Neither inherently good nor bad. It's how you utilize it that will determine whether it is ultimately harmful or life-giving and congruent with the will of spirit that pulses through you. So it talks about the awareness of your intentions, your values, and your willingness to act on them under the particular circumstances of your inquiry. So in this situation you have power, but what you choose to do with it is important. It says, although you may see yourself as using the power for good, do not allow yourself to get caught up in the duality of good or bad in determining your decisions or actions. Through prayer, ceremony, you can tap into the spiritual force, and by paying close attention to Spirit's prompting, your choice will ultimately be revealed to you. One that is beyond your typical perspective. So it may not be your first reaction or your first response. From there, you can continue to access this divine power that is the very force driving the universe. Let's see what some of these other cards are. Fairy spotting. It is time to go fairy spotting. It said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite of true. Believing is seeing. So this is very much synchronistic with some of the cards you've already received, which I just find is double confirmation to see it, to imagine it, to visualize it. To visualize a positive outcome is important. Okay, and then you got the Virgo card. You may be a Virgo. You may be dealing with a Virgo. Virgo energy. It says the energy around you is dutiful, hesitant, and humble, with a discriminating, diligent, and painstaking air. service-oriented. This may have to do with the situation I'm looking at, somebody working a field. It is the first day of fall, which is why I'm doing this reading, and this looks like harvest time. Virgo season just ended. It may, maybe just for, someone out there, but it may take until Virgo season, next Virgo season. Or maybe when there's an important Virgo transit, when the moon enters Virgo. All right, acceptance. This, to me, is also very much like accepting what is, go with the flow. I also feel like it's asking for Spirit's assistance and being willing to accept it. It's like, looks like the lightning. This card is a message. This is a message from heaven card. Communication cards. It says, "Let us hug you. Close your eyes as we hold you close." You may be seeing monkeys. Let's see what it says. These are usually kind of short and to the point, but I will look at the book real quickly. It says, "Things have not been as easy as you would have liked, and your loved ones are aware that you need extra support and love at this time. They bring you caring words. We love you. We will always love you. Let us hold you in our arms so you know how much we care. Feel our close presence at this time." So I just felt kind of emotional right now. I feel like you must be going through some challenging situation. Let's see what the tarot cards say. Okay, so the Three of Swords is heartbreak, pain, sadness. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands can be passion. It can also be, so it's a new start. It is an opportunity, passionate, creative, fiery. But in this instance, because of all the swords and maybe seeking justice, it may be anger and sadness. And the Six of Swords is moving towards calmer waters. It is going, I feel like it's going to seek shelter, going to a calmer place, getting past drama, hurt, frustration. And this could be, the beginning of something creative. You may find an outlet for this sadness and pain. a creative outlet somehow through acting or art. However you are, feeling creative. It could also be you're feeling sad about something that you've been, wanting to start, or something that you started, something that you're passionate about. And it's been challenging, and smoother, calmer waters are ahead. Just surrender to divine timing. Okay, so that is what I have for you, pile 1 with the yellow sunflower. If you'd like to stick around for pile 2, that's up next. If that's your time with me, thank you for watching, and thank you for allowing me to read for you. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share, and I'd love to see your comments down below for other readings you'd like to see me do. Thanks. Hi, pile number 2. If you chose the gray feather, this is your reading. First card out is happiness, planning and action, and the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Okay, so you may be entering into something new. It may be scary. You may just be in the planning stages, but getting ready to act. And let's see what some of the other cards say. Surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Nature's healing power. This card speaks about nature not only being something that we see with our eyes, but something we can feel and experience in our body, mind, and spirit. It can be restorative to overall well-being. Now's the time to let your body absorb the healing power that nature has to offer. So it talks about the warmth of the sun, healing, grounding properties of the earth. Breathe deeply. Take in the wonder of nature's colors that can be found in the forest, meadows, flowers, and mountains, as well as the sky. Let them charge your spirit as they infuse and energize your aura. It suggests to spend quiet time in your own company by the ocean, river, or a stream. Listen to the natural rhythmic music of the water as it soothes your soul. By doing this, you'll not only feel stronger and healthier, but you'll become a more grounded person. So there's that. It's maybe to balance emotions or become more happy. This card seems a little dark. Coming out of something, coming out of a cave or ruins. It does look like there's light at the other side of the tunnel. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, and just on this one, if you feel like you can't, if you physically can't get out into nature, the next best thing is listening to the sounds of water or nature, or watching videos that are, green, mountains, forests, whatever way that you can to Then here's illumination. Something maybe coming to light. This card is cleanse. Your body, mind, and soul are urging you to take time out for some much needed cleansing. Just as you wash your car, clean the house, or tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. It's time for some spiritual, emotional, and physical cleansing. And just like this one spoke about, kind of relaxing your bodies of water, ocean or stream, river, lake. This is also a water card, so maybe time for there's even maybe like a relaxing bath, or the card, the animal card is the Dove card. Spread messages of peace and harmony. Normally doves represent love and devotion as well. My goodness. The next card out is clean it up. So cleanse, clean it up. You may be needing to recharge, detox, maybe clear space, declutter, even cleanse your energy. You can do balancing meditations and chakra clearing meditations online. There's some free resources. You can do I'm just thinking like self-care spa, put your feet, if you live near the coast, put your feet in the water, do clutter clearing, but I feel more so that it's like energetic cleansing. So you might want to try like those visualizations and meditations to kind of help center yourself and clear your energy. You may want to do like smudging. Smudging of your room or your objects or even yourself. And there's multiple different types of herbs that are helpful for doing that. Antibacterial and energetically cleanse the space. Make sure you open a window to let it all air out once you're done. Okay, and then you got dragonfly emergence. You may be seeing dragonflies. And dragonflies have special meaning for me. I'm going to go ahead and look up the meaning in this book from the author. Talks about the stages of the life cycle. Stages of the life cycle of a dragonfly. once the egg is laid upon the floating plant or dropped into the water, the dragonfly gestates, hatches, and may remain for up to 4 years in the larval form called a nymph, and it is a precursor to the dragonfly. They skip a cocoon stage. They move directly from egg to nymph. At some point, the nymph climbs onto a rock or leaf and there emerges from its former body and takes on the shape and character of the adult dragonfly. It talks about illumination, so a synchronicity there with it talks about the radiant being then proceeds to illuminate our eyes and hearts as we witness its dramatic colors and magical dance along the surface of the water. And there it talks about water. They talk about the picture, the image of this card. She's a goddess emerging from the water. It says you are in an intense process of emergence into the next cycle of your life. Unlike more gradual shifts in awareness you have experienced, this one is happening quite rapidly and came on somewhat unexpectedly, without any pauses for contemplation or indecision. You may even think that you are unprepared for such dramatic changes in your life, yet you are prepared and can put to use the experiences and wisdom you have accumulated up to now. Life is demanding that you move into the next stage of maturity. This requires you to adjust your thinking about yourself, others, and your community. It calls for you to shed yet another layer of your ego-filled surrender your ego. It calls for you to shed another layer of your ego-filled defenses and let go of any illusions of being less than who you are. This period of emergence is one of broadened consciousness and heightened perceptual capacities, and since it is inevitable, it is best to surrender to the flow and allow yourself to gracefully move into the next cycle of your life. Okay, so that now makes sense why this almost looks like you went from this, you're trying to go from this to this, and there's maybe, I don't know, not a lot of time for planning. This is asking you to surrender your ego, clean things up, heal through nature. Spread messages of peace and harmony. Let's see what other cards we have. Nature's signs. My goodness. Okay, so there's more synchronicity there. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and minds. You may be seeing butterflies. These butterflies are blue. You may be seeing badgers. I can't tell what that is. It may be a squirrel or chipmunk and some an otter. Okay, so pay attention to the signs in nature and spend time there, to heal, to connect, to receive those messages from Spirit. All right, power, full moon power. You may have been manifesting something. This last full moon just happened within the past couple days. We had the Pisces full moon, the harvest moon. This talks about stepping into your power, and I feel like it's very much like this, you know, emerging. You may think that you're not ready, but you are. Time to take action. And these two go together. The cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, come from your heart, and spread messages of peace and harmony. And like I said, normally love and devotion goes along with the dove message. Let's see. This is a message from Heaven card. We understand that sometimes you may feel alone, but we are always here. And there's the beach again. So if you live near the coast, beach, stream, river, lake, maybe time to do a visit. And those cards are pretty straight to the point, but they have little short messages in here. So let me just see. It talks about deceased loved ones. Although your deceased loved ones have their own lives, when you need them, they can draw close to you. You may feel that presence physically, but even if you don't, they want you to be comforted that they are just a whisper away. They say, we will stand by your side whenever you think of us. We are here. So you may have someone that has passed from this earth and they're only a thought away. The next card out is the 5th house, where you have fun, romance, and create things you are proud of. You may be this first off there on the coast again, there's the beach, but you may be moving to the beach. You may have been thinking about it. You may need to clean things up. Like you may need to just maybe you've been planning to take steps on something and you haven't felt ready, but it's kind of like it's time. Like clean it up and get started. Like surrender your ego. Humility will further your goals. Could it be that you are constantly trying to perfect something? Drawn back to this card and how they stay under the water for 4 years. It's like it's time to emerge. You may have been working on something for 4 years. It could be a relationship, it could be a creative work, it could be a business idea or creative endeavor. Okay, let's look at your tarot cards. Okay, so Death card, 6 of Cups, and Temperance. The Death card is an ending, transformation, normally an ending, and to make way for a new beginning. The Six of Cups can be the past, can be childhood, can be memories, nostalgia. And Temperance is compromise or patience. And I see how she is gently like testing the water, or you may be remembering, someone that passed away. You may be ready to transform something from the past, a relationship from the past. You may be ready to compromise something, maybe try and bring two things together, bring it together. Don't forget your beach towels. I don't know why. There may be something about beach towels. That kind of looks like a scarf, but this one looks like a towel to me. My eye is drawn to the bird and the scorpion. The horse. The mountains in the back. Oh, I thought that was one and then two, but I think it's just behind her wings. So it may be the ending to something. You may be nostalgic, and it's maybe time to clean it up. I see all this water surrounding her too, so the theme of water is very strong. All these cards have water. It looks like. Well, I'm not sure, but it looked like water back here. It might not be. Okay, so for whatever reason, I'm getting don't dwell on the past. Don't dwell on the past, even though this is sometimes a person from the past returning, and this can also be something like that as well. So this could be someone, maybe a Scorpio. You might be dealing with a Scorpio sign, zodiac sign. But the Death card, maybe someone comes back after being transformed. Maybe they changed their ways. Fifth house is romance. It's also childhood, and this card is also childhood. So, being that it's a general reading, it could be different messages for different people. But yeah, so someone may come back kind of reformed or changed, and from the past, maybe willing to give it another try. This is also divinely guided. Divinely guided. So maybe I'm also looking at this as like put an end to the past, and you're being divinely guided. This is patience. But the first card out was happiness. So I'd say don't dwell on the past. Ready to emerge powerful. Surrender your ego. It's not about being perfect. Something's ready to come out. Something's ready to be illuminated, or either that or you're having some kind of illumination. This many synchronicities or confirmations in your reading. Cleanse and clean it up in so much water, nature signs, and the healing power of nature. Feeling not ready, but kind of time to do it, the initiation. Alright, so that is what I have for pile 2 with the gray feather. If you'd like to see pile 3, that is next. If that ends your time with me today, thank you for watching. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'd love to see your comments down below for what kinds of readings you'd like to see me do. Thank you. Hi, pile number 3. If you chose the bear, this is your reading. First card out is protection. Next card out, creative endeavor. And don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So you may have your guard up on something that you've been working on, a creative project. I'm seeing the music, I'm seeing the easel, the camera, the books, maybe an author, an artist. You may either need to protect your creative ideas, or you may be guarding them too much, like, because this card says don't dim to fit in. So how are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So maybe you're trying to be too much like others instead of finding your own flow. Next card out is surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. So again, your creative endeavor, something that you have started, and you can see that she is praying under a tree. And this card talks about taking action and just be confident that you have chosen the right path. So maybe don't worry about what others are saying, and you're protected. You're protected. Surrender to trust in your faith. Okay, next card out is evidence of spirit. You may have been seeing signs, symbols, synchronicities. You may feel like you are receiving messages from spirit. You may have seen a ring, a watch, pictures. seashell, a rose, pearl necklace, a key may have some importance to you. Yeah, so you may have been seeing messages, and I'm wondering if that is somehow what you're using in your creative endeavor. Also, maybe that you're receiving confirmations. You're receiving confirmations from God, from Spirit, from, when you pray or when you meditate or when you're outside in nature. You just feel like you're down your chosen path. The next card out is Purification. Purification is a card about, well, it can talk about summer rain. You can see all the rain, the sunflowers. You may want to go back and look at pile number 1 since they were the yellow sunflower. The Purification card talks about cleansing, about detoxing, decluttering, having new energy, making space for new energy, and it can be a symbol too for abundance. Alright, the next card out is Soul Solitude. Your soul needs attention. There are moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet, a place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, a time for you. So, you may want to take some time out kind of regroup, recenter. Seeing the picture frame in this square. Fresh air. Maybe detox, declutter, kind of clear space, clear your mind to protect your creativity. Maybe like it helps when you've had some time to yourself. Let's see, next card out is Sheep. Act with fortitude and cooperation. So act with fortitude and cooperation. I'm looking at this one that says don't dim to fit in. And so maybe it's to be strong. And I'm noticing that this one is facing a different direction than this one. So have the courage to go a different direction, to break away from the crowd, to not be to not be like everybody else. Trust yourself in your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. You can cooperate, but at the same time, like, be yourself. Next card out is Blessed. Just know that you are blessed. Surrender to trust, surrender to spirit, have faith. Next card out is Ocean. Ebb and flow. Ebb and flow. So just like the waves in the ocean, they crash, they break on the rocks, and they kind of go in the same general direction, and then they retreat, and then they come back in. But each wave is different. You may be finding inspiration at the beach or at the ocean. Next card out is Music. Listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. So you may wake up in the morning and have a song in your head, or you may turn on, your radio or a playlist, and it starts at a certain song that has, the exact words that maybe you've been asking for confirmation from Spirit, and you kind of know that it's a message for you. Next card out is Beginnings, New Moon. So for new beginning, something needs to end to make space for that. And I'll go back to this card with the purification. So the detox, the cleansing, clutter clearing, make space for that beginning. Next card out is Listen to your inner voice as we try to guide you. Use your intuition. So similar to that message with the music and evidence of spirit. So if you've been receiving messages and it's not a coincidence, they're trying to tell you something. So listen to your inner voice. They're trying to guide you, and they want you to strengthen, use your intuition. Let's see. Next card out. Well, you know what, real quick. Those are pretty short, but let me read from the book. It says you have a natural psychic ability that helps you to make great decisions. You can feel when something is wrong or right. Your body brings you signals deep inside. When you have to make choices, ask yourself, is this right? You will feel your answer. Your loved ones say, we will help you to connect to your own natural intuition. So, yeah. So listen to yourself, because that's your intuition talking, and that's, you're being guided with, looks like through music and through signs, and make sure you take time out for yourself where you can find some peace and quiet, so that you can hear those messages and connect. This card looks like it's like praying as well. Next card out is Neptune, your fantasies, yearnings, longings, and potential for illusion. You can maybe use this to your benefit as you begin a creative endeavor. Your fantasies, your yearnings, longings, and potential for illusion. Your creative yourself. Protect your ideas. Protect your creativity. Protect your creativity. Others may want you to do things a certain way. Others may want you to do things a certain way, but you know that you want to take it a certain direction. So be cooperative, but I think stand firm in your creative endeavor, and just listen to your intuition. You're being guided. I'm going to read from the book on ocean, ebb and flow. Just so that we get a better idea of what the author had in mind for the message. Okay, so the ebb and flow of life is never more clearly represented than in the ocean's movements. The tides of these great bodies of water rise and fall in regular rhythms, and the waves continue to roll to the shores in endless and varied patterns. For millions of years, and will continue to do so. These tides and waves maintain a relative predictability unless other unforeseeable forces of nature intervene. Like hurricanes, earthquakes. The oceans cover 70% of the earth, and the human body averages a composition of 70% of water. Also drink a lot of water, stay hydrated. It talks about the sun and moon, how they move, and the massive bodies of water and create shifting tides also affect the human bodies in ways that we respond to instinctually, often having a great deal more influence over our moods and emotional states than we're aware of. The message is talking about emotions. An important aspect in the art of living is to move with the ebb and flow of your emotions, joining their fluidity but not being captured by it. It is also not necessary to become obsessed with any particular fluctuation in mood or feeling. They are simply emotions, often activated in ways that are completely beyond your understanding. Okay, so it talks about don't minimize or exaggerate the intensity and importance of your emotions. You have a greater sense of when and how to express them. You have been fighting the ebb and flow of your own feelings, denying your hurt, anger, or sorrow by either attaching yourself to one or the other and nurturing it as if it was a nursing child, or else smoothing over your feelings with more practiced responses that deny and hide what is going on beneath the surface of your expression. When you attempt to constrict yourself from experiencing your emotions, it is much like trying to stem the tides that grow even more forceful with every attempt humans make to control them. Allow yourself to swim with these variations rather than resisting them. So you may be needing to release emotions. This card also talks about the summer rain. It talks about emotions. The detoxing, the decluttering is also like a release. So you may find that you need to release those emotions, but at the same time don't, nurture them. Don't get stuck in them, but you can maybe use them like, don't get stuck in them. Kind of go roll with it and release and let go. You may need time for yourself. Release those, I was going to say emotions, but imaginations almost came out. So use your imagination for that beginning, the creative endeavor. Surrender to trust and faith. You are blessed, or you will soon be blessed. Just listen to your voice. You're being guided through music and through signs and symbols. All right, let's see what your tarot card said. Okay, so the tarot cards, it's the Page of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. The Page of Wands, it can be a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. It can be a child or someone younger. It can be good news. It can be flirtation. Seven of Swords is strategy or sneakiness. It can be lying. And the Seven of Wands is standing up for oneself or defending oneself, but overcoming a challenge. So you may be feeling like you're lying. I feel like you're dimming to fit in. You may feel like you need to be like sneaky with whatever it is you're doing instead of being proud about it. You're protecting. This would be like protecting something, standing up for something, but like being guarded. She's like waiting for a fight, you know? So act with fortitude and cooperation. This could be someone is lying to you, but I do see this as don't dim to fit in. Don't dim to fit in. I just feel like maybe that's like what you're hiding. And this one also talked about the emotions, kind of not letting them be, kind of guarding yourself, shielding yourself. So I feel like, you know, try and be true to yourself. And it does seem like if you act with fortitude and cooperation, but kind of stand up for yourself, you can overcome the challenge. You can overcome the sneakiness or the deceit or the feeling of having to do things behind maybe like, you know, somebody else's disapproval. Where's the other card? That this one. Trust yourself in your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. So that's just it. You know, he is kind of on his way, a new beginning. He can travel like short distances. He's holding a wand. It's creative, fiery, passionate, and so it can be this like a good news beginning. And try to listen to your intuition and release those emotions, stuck emotions. Don't dim to fit in, and you can overcome the challenges, because this is a victory. It's an overcoming. Okay, that is what I have for pile number 3. If you would like to stick around for pile number 4, that's next. If that ends your time with me today, I thank you for watching, and thank you for allowing me to read for you. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'd love to see your comments in the section below for what kinds of readings you'd like to see me do. Thank you. Hi, pile number 4. If you chose the fall leaf, this is your reading. The first card out is Passion. playing it safe. We have surrender frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Next we have release, and this card has fall leaves all over it, so there's synchronicity with your leaf. This card talks about letting it go, surrendering to spirit, releasing things that no longer serve you. So you may be frustrated, you may be angry, passionate about something, or you may be passionate about something but frustrated because something, maybe frustrated with yourself because you feel like you're playing it safe. You or someone else around you is playing it safe. This talks about the divine plan. And this can be, releasing it, surrendering it to spirit. Next, we have support. People come into your life for many different reasons. Some you learn from, and then they move on, while others return often because they need to learn more from those. Support. People come into your life for many different reasons. Some you learn from, and then they move on, while others return often because you need to learn more from those individuals. Others remain beside you throughout your entire life. So you may feel frustrated. You may have to let someone go, release the support that you had with someone, or you may feel like you're maybe subduing your passion to play it safe. Because it would affect someone's support of you. Next, you have moments of gratitude. Gratitude is an offering of love, trust, and appreciation to Spirit for their eternal love, guidance, and support. support throughout your life's journey. It talks about practice of gratitude for all things, especially blessings and miracles, and is an essential part of spiritual development. Practicing gratitude is easy. Take a moment, pause, breathe into your heart space, send gratitude to your soul essence for getting you through the ups and downs of this journey we call life. Allow yourself to be fully and consciously aware of the joy and blessings that arise. Be thankful to the human angels for the lessons and kindnesses they bring you. Also extend gratitude to your angels and guides for their guiding light. So this can talk about being grateful, show gratitude for the support that you've been receiving, or just important to be grateful even for the lessons that people have, come to teach us. And even if it causes, frustration. The next card out is a leg up, which is very similar to support. You may be giving someone a leg up, or someone may be giving you a leg up. You may be comfortable. You may be frustrated, you may be comfortable, you may be playing it safe, denying your passions. Next card out is DNA, Karma. And that one we will read from the book. Okay, so it talks about the greater universal laws of cause and effect, code of ethics, structure of seemingly endless cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, which we experience throughout our lives in many different versions. Talks about a mistaken notion about karma is that it's some kind of punishment, but it's far from that. In its purest form, it simply asserts that our conduct in this lifetime will determine our next lifetime. It has also come to mean how our behavior and actions in this lifetime create consequences in a slightly different version of the golden rule. So it talks about the embedded coding of our DNA, our genetic ancestral karma, passed down from parents and grandparents, ancestors. It talks about our DNA, the fundamental substance of life itself, that provides substantial determination of our life path. And the message of this card: aspects of your soul entered your primitive physical self long before you had begun to take form. While the DNA that you inherited from your biological parents has a physical component, it also has a soul pattern that came together in the creation of you. You are predisposed to follow the karmic dictates of this patterning to some extent, yet as you evolve in your consciousness and expand the light of awareness, you can make choices that shift and modify this ancestral design. This is one of those times. You can feel the tug of your soul that is both ancient and karmic, yet you also recognize the persistent and loving communication from your higher self that contradicts the more familiar solutions before you. The choice is up to you, but know that every time you heed the guidance of your higher self, no matter what etheric or physical form it takes, human consciousness is elevated. In a sense, it becomes a choice between destiny and fate. So this card talks about seeding the light. This card talks about also like choosing the light and following your passion, surrendering frustration, because I feel like you need to let it go, like surrender it to God, surrender it to Source. Stop playing it safe. Just be grateful for what the lessons have been, and the support that you've received. But it's your choice, and it looks like you may have the opportunity to choose differently than what has like come before you. And some of that generational karma is that cycle is able to be broken. The next card out is Life Energy. The happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. So you may be needing some sunshine, but this does talk about, you know, healing the shadows, shining light on being passionate about what's wrong. This card, I feel like it's one of the cards that's like really like lit up. So being passionate about that healing light. This one also talks about seeding the light. The next card out is Surrender. And this kind of goes along with release. Just surrender. Surrender to the divine plan. Surrender and let it go. Let go of things that no longer serve you, and surrender it to Spirit. Have faith. Next card out is Eagle. Seize opportunities courageously. So be courageous, and that it's your opportunity to break whatever shadow type ancestral karma. There may be something that you're frustrated with. Shine light on the situation. Next card out. Next card out is Message from Heaven card. And it says, stand up for what you know is right. We are supporting you. So this message may be from passed on loved ones, or that's what the book is intended to. Let's see. Sometimes it can be difficult to speak your mind, especially if others disagree. For your own peace of mind, it's important that you share your own truth and that others listen. Your loved ones will back you up. We are proud of you for sharing your thoughts in challenging situations. So, I can't remember which one talked about the ups and downs of life. I think it was this one. Yes. So be grateful, show gratitude, appreciation, since we're supporting you. So you are supported from those in spirit, and it does talk about how others may not feel the same way. So surrender that frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. Just take a breath, center yourself, regroup, approach the situation more calmly. Now, I don't even remember if I said the Passion card can indicate anger. So anger and frustration. Okay, next card out is the 8th house. This transformational area of your life is about shared resources and intense emotions. So the 8th house is the card of death and taxes, secrets, like it talks about shared resources. So you see the wedding rings and intense emotions, so things that secretive, shared resources, support, a leg up. This just, it makes me feel like this is maybe frustration with yourself for playing it safe. Concerned with support or shared resources. You may be frustrated with, your partner may be spending shared resources, and you feel like you'd rather play it safe, made you angry or frustrated. Be grateful for having the resources. Let it go, release, surrender. But it could also be, like I said, you're playing it safe, you're kind of diminishing your passions or not following your passion because you're not able to speak your truth. This being secrets as well. So you're not able to speak your truth. You're not able to be the real you, stand up for what you know is right, shed light on what's wrong with the cycle. Shed light on what's wrong on the shadows. Yeah, so let's see what the tarot cards say. You have the Hierophant, the Fool, and the King of Swords. So the Hierophant can be tradition, faith. It can be corporations, institutions. It can be commitment. It can be you dealing with a Taurus. But it feels like you may be wanting to go against tradition. And that means you are suppressing your passion. I feel like you should know too that you're, like this card also said, you're always supported. They're supporting you, so. And then this one, sees opportunities courageously. The Fool is a new beginning. He usually takes a leap of faith, not really prepared and taking like risk, because I mean he or she doesn't have shoes on. She's just going to, you know, jump and Spirit is going to catch her. Like how birds, you know, land on a branch and know that they'll be supported, and they don't concern themselves with how they're going to get, you know, taken care of. Okay, the next card is the King of Swords, which is a very logical person. He may be he's got a sword. He can be sharp. He's looking at things more logically than emotionally. This can be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This can be an Aries, and this I said was can be a Taurus. But it looks like either taking a risk into a commitment with an air energy King of Swords, or taking a risk, maybe going against tradition or what your kind of like what your family or even your ancestors might think, you know, about you going maybe into a different religion or believing things differently. This again could be commitment, institution. It could be higher learning. It could be corporation, institution, government. And this could be a lawyer or someone like a precise and logical. But yeah, this, because it's a leap of faith, and this can be faith, I just feel like it's taking a leap of faith, maybe into something untraditional, and having, I feel like he's standing there almost like guarding or blocking. But this King of Swords is also about the truth. The truth, the clarity, the swords are clarity, thoughts, communication, and not only is he willing to, well, ready to speak the truth, he's also willing to hear the truth. So this other one that said, I think it was this one, speak your truth. So I think that's important. And this symbolizes a new beginning, starting from zero, because the first card out is passion and playing it safe. Like being okay within these boundaries, within the fence, you know, but just kind of not really knowing, like, you know, knowing there's more out there. You see the fireworks and the horizon and the sun and a beautiful forest. She's just kind of looking off, you know, bored. So I think be grateful show gratitude for your ancestors and your history, and seize the opportunities courageously. You can take a leap of faith. This doesn't look bad. There's no devil card. There's no darkness. It's not, you know. So whatever it is, and then this King of Swords. Should be fair and logical and just. And you're being guided by spirit, by your loved ones, you know, that if you have any loved ones that have passed, or your spiritual guides, stand up for what you know is right. They're supporting you, and it talks about all these other cards about support and the leg up and let it go to spirit and surrender. And don't forget, where's all the cards about seeding the light, life energy, seeding the light, finding that passion, and yeah, just with love and gratitude. Okay, so that's what I have for pile 4, and that brings us to the completion of this 4-pile pick a card reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I hope that it resonated. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. I'd love to see your comments down below for what kinds of readings you'd like to see me do. Thanks.